Hello and welcome to Dialogues with Mayank. A lot of people love traveling, and I am one of them. But what everybody loves is travel stories. But how do you usually travel? Bike, car, bicycle? Not really. Following is a conversation with a friend, a photographer, a cyclist who is on this endeavor to cover the entire India on his bicycle. So listen to this conversation with Navin Paul, wherein he talks about the All India Cycle Tour, the small stories, heartwarming experiences, and all the learnings that we have had in this journey, and it's still ongoing. And Naveen's website and Instagram links are in the description, so go follow him, show some love, support in any way that you can. Also, don't forget to like this podcast, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more quality content, for more stories, for more opinions and facts. So I'm sure, Naveen, a lot of people in my audience especially already know who you are because I've posted a lot of stories. But then for the people who don't know, can you just give a little bit of sneak peek sort of thing about you and your life?
Okay, my name is Naveen. I'm based from Kerala. I'm a mechanical engineer turned photographer. So I do commercial shoots in Bombay and Kerala and Chennai. Currently I'm on a cycle tour all over India.
So I was actually a little bit confused. So professionally, you're a photographer, right? And cycle is, I think I can say, a passion or hobby. Cycling.
The idea of cycling just came about during lockdown because travel was all blocked. I specialize in landscape and travel photography apart from the commercial work I do. So all the travelings and all the plans are all cancelled due to the lockdown. So I was finding a more economical and way of traveling. So I chose the cycle. The last time I cycled was back when I was in school. Then, this year February, I just bought the cycle. Just started practicing for a month, and then just started the journey. Yeah.
But so before also you've traveled, right? So you already travel with bike.
I do. I do travel on my motorcycle. I have a Royal Enfield. Travel on that, and then I've done few backpacking trips, city, Marshall, stuff like that. Yeah, I've traveled a few places. North, Uttar Pradesh, UP. Yeah, but cycle is first.
Yes. And by the way, for people who don't know, I met Naveen in Gokarna, and I think we had a conversation for hardly 10-15 minutes, I guess. That's it. But at that time,
in Gokarna.
Right. But at that time also I was really excited because I wanted to know everything, your travel stories, adventures and all of that. But I couldn't stay because I had a bus to catch, but now here we are. So, by the way, we'll talk about your cycle tour. And because you're not a professional in this, I'll say, so it must have been tough even to start because you're planning to cover the entire India, right?
Yeah, I found during the trip, I found it difficult during our coastal Goa and coastal Maharashtra because the climbs are too tedious and the roads are pretty bad.
Right.
I ride a road bike, so the tires are not meant for off-roadish roads. So it was a bit tough because I was scared of getting punctures. Most of the difficulty was those. Other than that, I was little prepared because almost for a month I was practicing. I used to cover 20, 25, 50, then and the 100 kilometers. I used to create a circuit, like starting from my home to a destination and back to my home. Yeah, so I used to practice. Then, like before starting, I was pretty okay.
So you started from Kerala.
So you said you have to practice for this cycling tour. So what is exactly like practicing for cycling?
Yes, your muscles and your stamina should also increase, and the main thing which I noticed when I was cycling initially, because during school days when you cycle and all, you won't know the technicalities of cycling, right? So when you do professional cycling or you do cycling as a thing, you need to know all those technical aspects like adjusting the seat height, buying the right cycle for your height and stuff like that. And especially how to repair your cycle, because on the road you don't have any help.
Right.
You
Okay.
need to know all A to Z of the cycle.
It was
Yeah.
like
And-
in the middle of nowhere, you have to do something.
I've got many punctures in the middle of nowhere, and a few times even the chain broke. So you need to know you need to know how to fix the cycle on the go.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So you start from
And it's pretty easy to learn too, because there are a lot of videos on YouTube. I can just flick through them.
So now you know all the how-tos and all of that for cycling.
Yeah. You got to. Otherwise, if you're stuck, you're just stuck. That's it, and it'll ruin your day.
A day or maybe the entire journey. You never know.
You can find help, but it'll be very tedious, Yeah, because I'm not going through places where there's no human habitation or something like that. Still, yeah.
So you have like already mapped everything out, or you just figure out on the go?
Few places, like after I reach a destination, I plan out the places where I stop, the next 2 stops where I'm gonna stop. So I just calculate the distance and the terrain before I travel, because if it's too much hill climbs, I can't cover a massive distance because it consumes a lot of calories. And and I'm doing actually a budget trip, and my daily budget is around 200 to 300 rupees. So with that amount of money, I have to sort out my calorie or food intake.
Right.
So I can't travel. Yeah, so I can't travel much on a day where there is a lot of hill climbs, because I have to consume that much amount of food too.
Yes, I was coming to that aspect also. So I thought it has to be very expensive to cover the entire India, right? Even though it's on bicycle, but still.
Yes, if you're going for rooms or places to stay, it'll become expensive. Yes, and the food also depends, because food is one of the biggest expenses.
Right.
What I found, especially when I pass through Goa, because food is very expensive there.
In Goa, right? Yes. So you started from Kerala and now you're in Navi Mumbai, right?
Yes.
So how was the journey, and how many days did you take to come to Navi Mumbai?
I think the cycling part of it was 20. No, not 21. It's almost 1.5 months, I guess, exactly, if I am not wrong. So it took. I reached around last month, May. Yeah, May. I reached on May. April, I guess. I lost track of time due to the lockdown.
I think because I've been following, I think it was in somewhere in April only when you touched Mumbai.
Yes, April. I think April 21st, I guess. Started on March 3rd and reached on April 21st.
Yeah, that's pretty fast, I think. Covering in bicycle.
Because I actually wanted to stop down and take few photographs along coastal Maharashtra, but because of the lockdown, just after I reached Maharashtra, they initiated the lockdown. So I was in a hurry to reach Bombay, because I have my friend's place here. So to find a place.
Anyway, the entire journey is very tough, and then the lockdown thing and the COVID thing made it much more difficult, right? Finding places, and people would have been skeptical of even keeping you if they want to.
I actually experienced that only once I reached Maharashtra, because all the other parts, the lockdown was not much, not much serious. People were very hospitable and very helpful along all the places I came through. But when I reached Maharashtra, there was this village in, I'm not wrong, I think it's Velneshwar, sorry. Velneshwar, yes. That village was a little hostile to me, because they don't actually encourage outsiders coming to the village because they're scared of getting the
virus.
COVID. Yeah. So also, only at that. Yeah. You're telling.
I'm saying also the language part would have been difficult, no? Talking to people.
I'm not much fluent in Hindi, but I do, handle with pretty much words. I can understand Hindi, but I handle with words. Yeah,
Okay.
converse with, connect with words.
Because Goa, I think you must have met people who would have been able to talk to you in English, but then coming to rural areas, I think it would have been difficult.
Rural areas, they did understand with my broken Hindi, but still, yeah, they understood that I'm traveling from a far distance, and they were very hospitable. Yes. You don't need know the language to travel. Language is nothing. You just have to communicate. Even with sign language, you can make through.
Yes, this is why traveling is beautiful. Actually, you learn a lot of things.
Yes. I never expected people to be very friendly. Especially me traveling from Kerala, and people are very welcoming also.
Mm-hmm.
So you travel from Kerala, you done a great thing. I told no, just traveling, and I've heard all the villages were not very hospitable. People won't help you. There'll be COVID times. I keep getting messages from my friend. This is COVID time, man. Are you safe? People won't help you. Won't find a place to stay. And I told no, the people are helpful. Don't worry. They will. There's humanity everywhere. Yes.
That is the thing. This thing is about trusting people only. You have to trust people, and I think you're still winning at it. You did not receive any.
Yeah, I'm actually very lucky. Actually, I've heard many bad stories coming out on the internet, but still,
right.
Till now, I'm very lucky.
So
hope I'm lucky for the next part also.
So in this entire journey, was there any bad or negative experience, or was everything good?
Yeah, apart from the hostile nature of the villagers in the village again, I forgot again. I think it's Velneshwar, yes. Keep forgetting these
the names.
Words. Yeah, the names. Yeah, apart from that, nothing else. Because when I reached Velneshwar, it was pretty late because the terrain was very steep. I'll tell you the story.
Mm-hmm.
When I reached Velneshwar, it was around 7 p.m. in the night. So I actually carry a tent. So if I don't find a place to put my sleeping bag, I always have a tent.
Okay.
So I wanted to pitch a tent. I asked the locals. I reached the main village area, and I asked the few villagers, whether is it safe for camping here, because I've traveled from so and so and so and so, and I can't. For the next day, I have to travel another 100 kilometers, so I need a place to stay here. So the shopkeepers were pretty skeptical. They were like, no, I don't know about this. You can ask few people near the temple compound. They will help you, stuff like that. So a couple approached me. They're based in Bombay.
Okay.
The couple approached me and asked me, where are you from? And I'm seeing my board and my cycle. And I told them I'm traveling from Kerala. I'm doing an all India trip. I'm so tired. I was literally tired. Okay, they couldn't take another step. And the couple asked me, where are you from? I told them on an all India trip. I'm traveling. And then they asked me, where are you staying? I told, I don't have a place. I thought of pitching a tent here nearby. Is there any safe place? So along with the couple, there was this sarpanch of the village. He also accompanied them.
Mm-hmm.
So he was like, he looked at me and he started talking to the couple. They were talking in Marathi. I can't understand Marathi. But with the expressions and the sound of it, I sense something is bad. He's telling something against me.
Okay.
Yeah, and I asked the Mumbai couple, I know he's talking about me. Is it not safe? And they told me like they don't encourage people from outside to come and stay in the village because of the COVID scenario. When these people came back from Bombay during the lockdown, even they were treated as agents in the village for a time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So they were very this thing. I told the there's another small chart shop nearby. Okay, I asked the lady if I can pitch the tent outside the shop. She was like, okay, I don't have any problem with that. On hearing this, the Sarpanch came and told, no, you can't pitch the tent over here. It's not safe. I told in broken Hindi, like, it's shopkeeper problem nahi hai, so what is your problem? I asked him. So I told, no, let's see how. He told something in Marathi, okay, then, and he left. And I asked this Mumbai couple, what did he tell? He told, he won't let you sleep in peace. Like, what? What is it? Threatening me now?
What does that even mean? Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what is the? I didn't do any harm. I told I'll leave in the morning. But they are pretty hard to understand. And I don't know, I'm in a very, I felt scared. Throughout the trip, I never felt this situation. So I didn't have any choice. I thought, okay, there's this government tourism board, this MTTC, resort nearby. So that's owned by the government. So then I thought they'll pitch the tent outside the resort. Because the villages are doing right in their land. So I packed my bags and went over there. And I asked the receptionist and all whether I can pitch my tent outside. Told, no, you're not allowed to pitch the tent and all. Okay, can I get a room at a discount? Because the receptionist already saw me cycling towards this village while he was coming here.
Okay.
So he identified me suddenly, and he told, we can provide you a room with a discount. Okay, what's the discount? He told 1,300. Like, what? 1,300? I don't have that much more. Yeah, that's the discount. I asked, what's the actual price of the room? It was like 1,700. Like, what discount is this? I thought it should be at least half the price. Or I don't have that much money at all. I told, just give me a place to stay because I don't have much energy to cycle and go till. I think the next main village was around 10 or 15 kilometers, and it was another hill climb. Told in the middle of the night, I can't cycle and go. At least give me a place to stay. Hearing all this commotion, there was another tourist staying in the resort. He's also from Bombay. He came around and asked me, what is the problem? Where are you coming from? I told all my details and stuff. And he told the receptionist, don't worry, give him a room. I'll take care of it. I got the room from the tenant who was staying there. It was good. I think his name was Mr. Suhas. He's also from Bombay.
Uh-huh.
He's been spending 20 days there in the resort. And he's an avid bird watcher. Yeah.
So
a lot of birds and exotic birds come to that resort. It was a very beautiful place. I wanted to spend one more day there, but because of the village and the hostility there, I couldn't stay there much longer. I had to move the next day. Yeah.
Then in the end, everything turned out to be fine, no?
Yeah, everything turned out to be fine.
The next morning.
Yeah, the next morning, yeah.
You are talking like you cannot complain.
Sorry?
You're here talking like you cannot complain. Like, it didn't turn out so bad.
No, it didn't turn out any bad, yeah. If I camped near the temple area, I don't know whether in the night and all will they come and disturb me or something. But no, I felt safe because I was provided a room inside a government resort. So it's okay. Government aided resort, yeah.
So in the entire journey, have you ever camped on a place like this where there's no one and you have to because there is no other place to stay? So you take out your tent and do this. Has this ever happened?
Not where there are any people, but along the coastal side, like all over Goa, I camped in the beaches, my tent. So I didn't find any difficulty there at night time. Yeah. Also, I always pitch my tent where there's light, where there's at least a little light source, or whether I can reach people nearby. So if anything turns bad at the night, I can reach people. Yes.
Okay, and also a similar incident, but I think that was a more positive one, had happened in some coastal area before Gokarna, right? You had told me about it, wherein a fisherman, I think he helped you in some way.
Oh yes, yes, yes. That's in Murdeshwar
Udesh,
in
yes, right.
Karnataka.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I actually thought Murdeshwar beach would be a little calm because I visited Murdeshwar around I think 4 years back. Yes, that time it was a very calm beach, and within the span of 4 years, the beach is completely filled with small, small shacks and everything, and it was so busy with tourists, even during the COVID times. So I was like
Mhm.
thinking, I actually planned of camping in the beach. I came and saw there was like literally no place even to pitch the tent because it was filled with all these small, small shops.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So I reached, Murdeshwar is famous for the big Shiva statue.
Okay, yeah.
I reached that the statue, the complex nearby, and I was like thinking of whom to ask, where to stay, and I was confused. So there's
Mhm.
this guide who came near me. He takes photos and gives to tourists. Like once you see near the India Gate,
Uh-huh.
Gateway of India. Yeah, so he came and approached me and asked me, All India, he read my cycle, All India cycle tour. He asked me where you're coming from and stuff like that. Then I told the details. Yeah, hearing my broken Hindi, he asked me which other language do you speak. I told I speak English, I speak Malayalam, I speak Tamil. Then he started conversing me in Tamil
Oh,
because all these fishermen communities, they all mainly these Tamil people used to come to the eastern side and they used to go to the western side for fishing and
oh,
so he
okay.
has a very close friend, very close Tamilian friend it seems, and he learned Tamil from him.
Oh,
So I
nice.
was so it was pretty easy for me to converse also
Mm-hmm.
in Tamil because I did my college and did my higher secondary school in Chennai. So so I started conversing him. I told him, I asked him whether it's safe to camp in the beach. He told, no, we don't camp in the beach. There are robbers. They will come and rob you. And I told, is there any? Then slowly I started. Is there any place nearby your place? Because he told me his house is near the beach. So I asked him if I could pitch the tent somewhere near your house. If there's any problem, I can come and reach you. So then he's like, why are you camping in the beach? You can come sleep in my place. Yeah, so he told me to wait there, and he told he has to give the money all he collected to his boss, and he'll be back. So around 7 p.m. He came to pick me up. So I followed him. It's like followed along the coastal road till his house. It's like 1.5 kilometers.
Okay. Oh.
Then he was it is all along the coast, but
Mhm.
his family was very welcoming. He told I'm traveling from this so and so and so and so. Yeah. So I kept all my luggage at his place, had a bath, and then he told, "Come, I'll show my friends around town." So I
Mhm.
went to this bike. He introduced me to his friends and stuff. And then at night, his mom served me nice seafood and rice. Those are different experience, hearing their stories and stuff. They told it's a fresh catch from morning, so
Mhm.
the food was really tasty.
Okay.
Yeah, it was fun, and the guy is around my age, so we could converse very easily. And he's become my good friend. He
Okay. So you're friends
contacts
now.
me.
Uh-huh.
He contacts me very often now. I think last week also he called me and asked,
Mhm.
how are you and stuff like that. And he told me like after the trip, you come visit here. We'll go on a trip into the sea. Then he goes for
Oh,
fishing.
it's
Yeah,
nice actually. So,
yeah,
but
it'll be a different experience. I told, I'll grab my camera and come along.
right, right. So you've been making a lot of friends then on this tour.
Yes. All the places where I visited, I kept contact with them, and they keep in touch with me. I also just ping them once in a while. How are you? How's things going on there? Yeah. It's actually important to keep contacts because since I specialize in this field of travel and landscape photography,
Right.
it's actually good
Uh-huh.
to know the locals in specific places. And yeah, they are also very good people. Very lucky
Right.
to meet good people along the way.
So that is the thing. I was about to say that the kind of things I see online versus what I see on your page or what I'm listening through you is very different. Actually, it's on the complete opposite ends of the spectrum. So it's
Okay.
great that actually on ground, not everything's so bad, so much bad. Because like your entire tour is, I think, about trusting people. You have to have that trust in people. So I'm about to ask this: are you not skeptic when someone says that okay, you can come to my place, you can stay the night and all of that? So, or like you easily go, or you have that second thoughts in mind when someone
Of course, you should.
offers
Of course, you should always keep your guard on. If you go to a stranger's place. But I don't know if it's my feeling alone, because the way people converse to me, I understand his motives. I can literally little bit understand how he is, how the nature of this conversation is, because I tend to take my conversations in that perspective also. Because I try to talk and understand people like before going to that place. Yeah, and I always keep my luggage and stuff right next to me wherever I sleep, wherever I go, even if it's in a stranger's place, because I won't let my things go apart from my eyes. Yeah.
right. So it all
And
sounds.
hope things, and I hope things don't turn bad. Yeah.
Yeah. Shouldn't. It won't, I think. The half journey was amazing. The other half would be. But it's, I think, more than half.
It's actually not even half actually.
Right.
I think the tedious part is about to come, because Gujarat and Rajasthan is another league. It's not like the south.
So when are you planning to move from Navi Mumbai? And right now, are you staying at a friend's place, or you some hostel or something?
I'm staying in my friend's flat.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, and I'm trying to start my journey mid of this month. And I have to do a few upgrades on my cycle.
Okay.
And I have to change the tires, because these tires are not not preferred to travel along the Ladakh terrain and all, mountainous terrain, because it's not at all off-road friendly. Yes.
Right.
And the journey from a place called Mahad in Maharashtra to Bombay, it was around 130 kilometers. I experienced almost 3 to 4 punctures along the way.
So you did this in one day, 130. So what is the highest that you've gone in a day?
The highest is 135 kilometers. That is from Mahad
135.
from Mahad to Bombay. Yes.
Okay, and then you also travel at night, or you try and finish before the sun goes down?
Yeah. I tend to stop the cycling before sundown. Yeah, around 7. Yeah, maximum. I've actually in Kerala, within Kerala, I've actually planned the places where I reach. So in few places, I experienced big hill climbs. So at that point, I had to reach the destination, because it was a planned destination, right? So I had to reach the destination. So I couldn't meet the time limits and all. Sometimes I had to reach around 8:30, 9, 11.
And then when you miss those planned destinations, for example, it's taking a longer time. So do you stop at a place, or then you cycle extra and you anyhow reach the destination that was planned? Or do you stop in between?
No, I start early if I want to reach, if I want to cover a longer distance. So I adjust it like that.
Okay.
And so I want to tell one more experience where I became very late. I reached around 10 or 9:30 in the night. The distance was pretty small. It was just 110 kilometers, but I didn't expect.
First of all, 110 is quite small for me, actually.
No, because I've already practiced. You know your pace. You know your pace once you practice for a month. So you understand how much time you take covering certain distances. Yeah. So I plan accordingly. So I started my trip from Guruvayur. It's in Thrissur district in Kerala. From there to Kozhikode. So I just to my friend's place. So in between, there's a district called Malappuram.
Okay.
So Malappuram is filled with hills. you don't notice those small certain hill climbs or these steep hill climbs when you're traveling bike or car or bus or
Right, right.
whatever. You don't notice that at all because it's just a hill climb. You just pull the throttle or you just go. But when you're cycling, and especially when you have extensive luggage, I think I have around 15-20 kilos behind me,
Oh,
you will feel the intensity of the hill climbs.
right.
And at a certain point between in Malappuram district, I was pretty very much exhausted because I had water, everything like that. I had the ORS and stuff, but nothing was getting into my body because it is not at all applying to my body. I keep on drinking water. I'm not dehydration not going, and I was keeping on getting tired. And it was pretty hot also at around 10 o'clock. I usually stop cycling around 10, 11 because during noontime it's not advisable to cycle.
Okay, so you rest in between. Okay.
Yeah, I relax and I take a break in between. So around 10, and I didn't cover that much distance also because of the hill climbs, and it was pretty steep. The elevation was around 900 oddish meters.
Okay.
Okay, so in between I got exhausted. At a steep climb, I was like I had to rest somewhere, someplace. So I stopped nearby. I stopped at the side road. So I was just lean my cycle on the wall, and I was just lying on the wall. Literally, I was like so tired. I need to sleep for at least 2-3 hours before I start my journey because I couldn't take another step.
Right.
So then, with all my pride and guts, I just started knocking the gates of the house. First house was locked. I think the people went out. It was locked. So I tried the next gate. These houses in Kerala are all houses. I mean, the people stay in separate houses. It's not like these flats. So I went down here. The second house is also locked. Then in the third house, when I reached the third house, there was this small kid just playing in the compound. I asked him, "Can you call your mom or dad? I just want to ask something." So he went inside. He called his mother and his elder brother. They both came out. I told mom that I'm traveling from so and so. I have to reach Kozhikode tonight. I just need to rest for a few hours. I'm very tired. I have these mosquitoes behind me. So they are seeing all my luggage and stuff like that, and they're like, and they told me, come inside. I was very happy. At least I can just sleep for a bit. And when I went inside, they told park my cycle inside the garage and come inside. I told it's okay, no problem, because it's COVID time. It's not safe. I can just sleep around near the veranda or something. They told no, you come inside. Meanwhile, the elder brother went inside and he arranged a bed for me.
Okay.
And he put new sheet and stuff like that, and he told me to sleep here, take rest, and then go. I was like, okay. I removed all my gear and washed my face and just went to sleep. I just went on the bed and just slept like that. Literally, I didn't think anything else. I just slept. I slept like a log there. I slept for around 2-3 hours. Around 1:30, a guy came and called me. Come, wake up. Okay, I woke up. It was the eldest son. He was just sleeping inside. And he called me, come wash your face and we'll have lunch. Lunch? I was like, lunch? Okay, I washed my face, and when I went outside, it was like all these dishes were just prepared just for me. The rice, the chicken fry, there's some curry, and yeah, I was like shocked. What is all this? No, you need then the guy was like, no, you need your energy to go. To cycle, you eat and go. Okay, then I started having conversation with them. So he actually is a photographer. He's a wedding photographer.
Okay.
So we kind of linked it like that, and we started talking. He came back home late at night, so he's sleeping inside. So he told me he also used to cycle a bit, so he knows the terrains here, and it's very steep. So it was like, we had a small conversation and we chatted for some more time during the noon time. I thought I'll leave around 3:30 ish. Because once the sun's a bit low, I can just start cycling back. Around that time, the mom came. The mom came with tea and snacks also. You eat all this and then only go. They were like very, very hospitable. I've heard people from Malappuram are being very friendly and very hospitable, but I didn't expect this much from them. These are like total strangers, and Kerala is like at a peak that time during COVID time.
COVID, yes.
Yeah, I never expected people to welcome me inside the house and serve me like good food, literally good food. Some of the dishes I've never even tasted, because down south, up north and south, all different dishes are there.
Right.
Yeah. So that was a very fun experience.
Mm-hmm. By the way, every time you're telling a story, you're making me question myself only, because I'm thinking, is it really people have so much love and empathy, or it's just Navin's luck? Still very much confused actually. This is something very new for me.
Even I didn't expect this, because every time I used to backpack or something like that, I used to ask people whether to stay. I used to always carry a tent around, and I was very comfortable pitching a tent nearby someone's place or something like that. But this is totally another league, because all the people who see me are coming around and helping me. I think these things most people don't do. They'll be like thinking, are you crazy? Why are you traveling so much distance, that too on a cycle? And along the way, I met few people who are walking from Kerala to Kashmir.
Kerala to okay, because of the lockdown thing.
Yes, during the lockdown time in a place called Kannur, I met a person. I think you can check his Instagram. His name is Darefooter.
Okay, you text me this. I'll give this in the description so that everyone.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, good news is yesterday he reached Kashmir after 92 days.
And he has been walking from Kerala to all the way to Kashmir.
Yes, during the lockdown time. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so finally he's there.
Yeah, he reached his destination. Yeah, we keep in touch once or twice when I was in Goa also, he called me up and I also talked with him. Yeah, it was good. These so people are actually, what I was trying to tell is, people are actually shocked, or this is something new to them, because this kind of culture is not at all there in India. This, especially the cycling, especially cycle touring, or this what is it, a walking culture, because it's all there abroad. Because people have done it so many times.
Talking about hitchhiking and all of that.
Hitchhiking and even walking also.
Okay.
People have walked along from northeast to from the west coast to the east coast and all. People have walked. Talking about USA, okay. And this kind of culture is not at all there in India. So these things are actually new to people. So I think it's because of this, people are more welcoming, I guess, and especially not only because of that. People are generally actually good at heart. That's what I felt. There are only few weeds among the good ones.
Right. Yeah, so exactly, if you really want to see this, you'll have to experience all of this first and like you are doing it. And
I've noticed one more thing. I've noticed the main thing is people without money are actually more encouraging to help rather than people who have reached a certain place in life. That's what I felt. Because all the people who have helped me are all below middle class or something like that.
Maybe they are more accessible, maybe.
No, I've come across few people, but their way of approach and all was totally different. They only just wanted a few cyclists and few people approached me. They only just wanted to take a photo or something because they just wanted to put up a status. Okay, all India trip. Wow. So, yeah, it was great. Yeah, I love that.
It's nice.
Yeah, even there's one person who approached me. He told me he's a head of cycling in Panjim. And he approached me and told me, any help you can call me and stuff like that. So in Goa, I was finding it pretty hard to find a place. I told No, I had an interview with the Herald. The Herald approached me, and I had an interview with the Herald, the newspaper. So I had to come back from Kalangat to Panjim. Back. It's actually
Cycling.
not along the cycling. I had to come back, so I needed a place in Panjim because Panjim is the main city in Goa,
Right.
and you don't have any places to camp or something like that. So
Uh-huh.
so anyway, this person, this head of the cycling in Panjim, anyway, he gave me the contact, right? So I thought I'll ask him for help. It was just to stay for the night because the interview was in the next morning, and. He was like, yeah, I'll help you. I'm currently cycling. I'll help you. Blah 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 blah. And I was like literally waiting in the middle of the road, waiting for his call. And I thought he nicely avoided me. So I thought, okay, I'll just take a day's hostel or something like that, and just stay for.
Okay, so finally you had to take a hostel.
Yeah, I had to take a hostel that time.
Okay. That's actually pretty strange. The people.
Yeah. People come with telling, I'll help you and stuff like that. And there's another cycling group which approached me in Kerala, like telling you should cycle wearing our badge. I'm like totally not into the cycling thing itself because I mainly took up cycling just because I can take photographs, I can meet new people, I can travel places where I don't usually travel in the motorcycle, because in motorcycle you have a pretty much planned destination, right? From so and so, it might be covering a span of 350 or maybe 600 kilometers. So you don't actually get to know small places in between. So the cycling trip was also part of that. So what I was trying to tell is, these so and so cycling team approach me, you should wear this badge, you should join our club, then you should wear our badge and go, and it will be a proud moment. So I told, okay, thank you, I'll contact you if I need it. Yeah.
Nice. Also, I think you must have developed a lot of things on the go also, because I know from you only from Gokarna, because I was staying, I mean, I can say we were camping, not really camping, but we were on Paradise. And then when we met the next day, you said you were on the hills camping alone. And which is because camping with a lot of people was anyway scary for me, because it was a little bit depressing, as I said earlier also. But then when I met you and then you told your story, I was like, okay, maybe I'm just a crybaby in this way.
I've been visiting Paradise Beach for almost 2 years. So I know the area around, because Gokarna is a pretty small place.
Right.
And I know the terrain and stuff like that. And the thing is, after it is privatized, they've put up so much rules and stuff like that. You can't come and camp at the beach. And at one point it's okay, because all these tourists used to come and litter the place and go. They're not at all responsible travelers, actually, if I can tell. Because they just dump their plastic bottles and stuff. The beach was literally littered. Now it's pretty neat, and they've put certain rules that you have to pay so and so to camp and stuff like that. So I can't pay money and camp, because I've never paid money and camp, because camping is like little freedom. You can pitch the tent anywhere and just sleep for the night.
Right.
Yeah.
And that day you were on top of the hills, right? Alone.
Yes. When I started pitching my tent, a few of the people, I think the guard over there in the beach, they came and told me, no, you can't pitch the tent over here. This is private property. I told, the beach is only the private property. Now the hills doesn't belong to you. Oh, no, this whole area is mine. No, for your kind information, I'm not camping in the beach. I'm camping on top of the hill. So it's so please don't disturb me. So I'm traveling alone. I'm traveling from far distance. I don't have any place to stay. Then he left me in the night, and I don't know. I didn't have any word in it.
And how much did all of this cost? Like, if you want to share that,
I think till now, I guess I would have spent around 5,000 to 6,000. That's it.
What? Like the whole trip?
Yes.
Till now.
Till now.
Okay.
And
like,
bolo. What's your budget for the entire trip? What have you planned?
That trip, I have few savings, but I told you now the budget is around 200
200
to
per day,
300
yeah.
maximum,
Uh-huh.
per day, yeah. So if I spend more in a day, like more than 300, I try to compensate it the next day because I try to have a heavy meal and I might skip few dinner or something like that, just trying to save cash.
Okay.
Yeah, so that, yeah. But never skip breakfast because I know what I'm doing is pretty bad because once I reached Bombay, I was in a pretty bad shape. I think I've lost more than 15 kilos. Already I'm lean and I've lost more than 15 kilos.
Uh-huh.
So never skip breakfast because I always used to have a banana or two in the morning because that gives instant energy for cycling. Banana, I'll have a packet of bread inside my bag, and then banana is an instant energy booster. And then you find these small hotels where all these local workers eat. So
Right.
in few parts I had lunch, a heavy lunch, like unlimited lunch for $60, just $60. Nice rice, curry, fish, everything was for 60 rupees.
Yeah,
So
I
if
used.
you,
Yeah, go ahead.
yeah, you were telling?
Yeah, so when I used to like stay in Mumbai, I used to do the same because I didn't have a lot of money, and there were these like places on the side of roads, and all of the factory workers used to come and eat there. So like
Yes,
they used to
yes.
make food in bulk, and it was so tasty. Like for 60,
Yes,
70
yes.
rupees a chicken plate.
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you go looking at the hygiene and stuff like that, that will just ruin your mind because while traveling, I don't know, I would have taken baths around just few days because you don't find places to have a proper bath or something like that, and you're just sleeping on your sweat. So if you look at hygiene matters and all, it doesn't work out that way.
So you have to sacrifice a lot of things.
Yes.
Yeah. And so how's it planned? How are you going to continue the next thing? Like, what are the things you'll be covering on top, on the northern side? You'll go all the way from northeast and all of that, no? The entire borderline.
Yeah, till Ladakh, and then from Ladakh to Himachal to Nepal. I'm going to travel to Nepal. Let's see what's the case now. Yeah, because now they've started opening the borders now also, so I think I can travel. Then from Nepal, I'll jump to Sikkim. Then Sikkim to the northeast states. Then from there to Calcutta, Visakhapatnam, Andhra, that town, Chennai, Kanyakumari, Dhanushkodi, and then back home.
So are you taking up photography gigs between like when you travel or no? Like
No. I've actually reserved almost a year or two just for my trip because this is time consuming and I need my whole dedication into this. So photography gigs is not possible.
Okay.
And how people at home are reacting to this? I mean, how they have responded? Because you'll be away for almost more than a year, all on your own, cycling to places that no one knows even exist.
Yes, when I put this idea in front of my mom and dad, I'm the only son. Okay, so when I put up this idea in front of them, they were like shocked because usually I travel in my motorcycle, right? And they thought, why don't you go on the motorcycle? Why a cycle? This is more budget friendly, and I don't have much cash because during the 2020 lockdown, I didn't have much projects to do also. Because it was a very bad time for the media industry too. And so this is more economical, and I think I can do it. So they were okay, but for the first few weeks they were a little scared because I'm driving on a cycle and it's very dangerous also. And especially these Indian roads are not at all made for cyclists because it's very hard. I have noticed two things. One is the heavy truckers with those extra loads behind them. The trailers are separated from the truck, So the truck might be moving away from you and going, but the trailers have a mind of their own. they try to tend to come towards the edge of the road, and I have gone off the road a few times because of this. Yeah, so you need to have eyes on when you're on the highway.
Which is why it's best to avoid traveling in the night on these roads if you're cycling.
Yes, especially, and you need to have those those glitter things, highlighter things.
Right.
These construction workers wear, right? The reflectors. Sorry, these reflectors on your body, because you need to be a shining light when they flash your headlights on, because they know there's something moving by the side of the road.
Right.
Yeah.
So now
my parents are okay. My parents are okay with it. Yes.
So you talk to them daily, or?
Yeah, I update my stuff daily to them, because they also need to be at a peace of mind, right?
Right.
Before sleeping. Yeah, I update them daily.
So are you looking for like sponsors, or anybody has like come to you with that offer or something?
No,
because
not
you
currently.
Because you do document your journey, right?
Yes. The whole thing of the trip is I plan to do a photo exhibition here in Bombay after my trip, based on all the pictures that I have taken.
Oh, okay.
So so no, if I wait for sponsors, then this trip won't happen, because especially it was during the lockdown, and I don't think those people will sponsor me to start on the trip. And I don't have any solid things to show that I'm traveling, because the cycle is the first night. They might be bluffing, you won't do it on a cycle, this will be a failed trip during the lockdown. Yeah. So I didn't wait for sponsors. I thought I'll just go with it.
And your pictures have been featured in Nat Geo and Nikon, I think, right?
Yes. A few of my pictures have been.
So was it on this tour, or was it before this?
No, it was before this. It was not on this tour.
It's nice. And you'll be leaving this month from Navi Mumbai?
Yeah, mid of this month is the plan. I'm actually waiting for a cycle mechanic. He has to upgrade my gears, because I was finding it difficult to climb the hill. So I am just upgrading few gears on the cycle. And and the tires, I'm changing the tires, because the tires were not at all available here in India. These imported tires, because Indian tires are all crap, not made for it. Yeah, especially the Decathlon ones. So now the imports have slowly opened. So I'm waiting I called a few dealers in Gujarat. They told they'll send me the tires here.
So you already have these contact information, or you try and gather on the way?
I asked people, and I have a friend who has cycled from Delhi to Kanyakumari on a cycle. He was a very good help for me. His name is Francis. His tag is Bearded Traveler. You can just check him out on Instagram.
I think
so he was a great. Yes. He was a great help for me throughout the trip. He was just giving me the moral support and guidance and all, because I have zero experience in cycling. Yeah, he was a great help. So he connected few people, so I get contacts, and then I use few contacts here in Bombay also.
Okay.
No, there are people who do cycling now, so
right.
I just get these contacts from them. Yeah.
And you purposely decided this trip in this lockdown period, or was it before this and then this thing happened?
No, it was just a spontaneous plan in Jan. I just thought I have to move out somewhere. It is not happening. Traveling and stuff is not happening. I need to do something.
Right.
Thought of the idea in January, booked the cycle in Feb, started practicing, and just started off. That's it.
Nice. It's nice. Because a lot of people think, but then when it comes to doing it, then the problem starts.
Yeah, once you made up your mind, you shouldn't turn back. You just have to move forward with it. So there will be difficulties and in the starting, because I got fed up. If you travel these long distances now, you think it's only like 80, 70 kilometers, but it's like time consuming. So just to travel 110 kilometers, I'll be taking around 6.5 hours. So there's a thing called there's this patience element which is coming into this. So you need to have this patience also, and this determination. It's all in the mind. No, I guess anyone can do this, but you just have to make up your mind.
Yeah, right. But thinking is easy, but again, when you come to do it, I think it's actually very risky and tough. But yeah, that's the thing. Again, I'm with that question that's again coming into my mind about people. But I think it's actually whatever you're saying is actually for everyone, and it's not just your luck. I hope it's not just Navin's luck, and people are really this good and have all of this empathy.
Yes.
Yeah, anything you want to say to people who want to travel, who want to go out, move out, quit something and then do all of this, but they're not because of some reasons or just their mind is holding them back. They're having second thoughts and all of that. So do you have anything to say to them?
I would say if they're all into something, keep doing what you do. And if you have some hobbies or extraordinary stuff or want to do out of the box, just do it. There's don't turn back. That's what I want to tell. Because once you start doing it, you'll be thinking, you'll be fascinated about people doing this. Oh, they're doing it. I can't do it. It's what I'm saying. It's all in the mind. If you have something, just start doing it. Yeah. Put interest into it. Anyone can do it. That's what I have to tell.
By the way, do you have Pune in that map? I don't think so, but still I'm asking.
I actually plan to come to Pune, leaving all my luggage here at my friend's place. Just to take that Lonavala track because it's very good for cyclists. Everyone has told, even the cyclists here in Bombay has told me, you should cycle from Bombay to Pune. It's really good. And unfortunately, it's due to the lockdown. Where's the time?
So for now, it's not there.
Yeah, for now, it's not there.
I
will. Let's see after the trip. I will do it once I'm back in Bombay.
Okay, so once you reach Kerala, then you'll again come to Bombay for that exhibition thing, right?
Yeah, exhibition and for work. Yes, because you can't stay back home, right?
So before lockdown, were you already in Bombay? You're doing work there, or?
Yeah, I was in Bombay here. I was doing freelance shoots over here.
Okay.
For almost 1.5 years.
I hope we meet soon someday. Yes, Dheeraj.
Where in Bombay, Navin?
I stayed in Belapur. Now I'm staying in Ulbe. I used to work for TBW ad agencies and stuff.
Okay. So that is the central line, right?
That is near Lower Parel.
Okay. Okay.
I'm saying I hope we meet soon and we do this in person someday.
Yeah, sure. Once I'm back in Pune. Anyway, you'll be seeing my stories, right?
Yes.
So when I come. So when I'm coming back to Pune, I'll surely meet up with you.
Sure. Okay, before this, I used to think that you are actually a professional cyclist, which is why you've taken up all of these things. I did not know that you started a month back and then practiced and then started.
It was just a month back.
We'll see if we meet and then again have this conversation once you've completed the entire trip, the entire journey. And I hope like this part, the other part is more fun and it's more good stories and only good stories actually. Because then I think if I meet you again and then we talk, I think you'll change my perspective about how I see some people and all of these people actually in general.
Yeah, surely there's much more to learn. The north is another terrain to explore. Yes, yeah.
Okay, so we'll talk again. We'll meet soon.